This is the story of a boy named Fan who did the entrance exam and left the school but wasn't pleased because the exam's topic was magic and he was brilliant in other subjects. This magic stuff started when he had worn the pendant given by someone. He started moving and some students were talking on his back that he was a loser and wouldn't pass the exam. I was one of them and was also very arrogant and confident in his inheritance powers. Other boys were also confident about their magical powers. When Fan left the school gate, he saw his father Joshing, who was waiting for him. Joshing asked about the exam and Fan told him that he wasn't very confident about the results. Joshing told him that he had found a driving job for him and he didn't have to be worried about his future because the pay was also great. Fan told him that he wanted to be a mage and would be a magnificent magician because he wanted to be respectful in all the circumstances, and his father saw Fan's seriousness and accepted his dream. Now Fan was going home with his younger brother Xiaoho and he told Fan that Ningxue had come back home and he had seen her in the morning. Suddenly Fan saw his father talking with he about Fan's admission, but he told him that he wouldn't help Fan with admission because in the past he had done something really bad to his daughter. But Joshing told he that Fan was a very good boy and had no bad intentions. Joshing also told him that Fan was determined to study hard to get good grades and he told him that Fan was a failure. But he made a deal with him for their house and agreed to the admission of Fan. At the dinner table, Joshing told Fan about his admission. Joshing told him that they would rent out this house because Fan would be busy with his studies and his younger brother was also busy with his studies. Joshing would manage to live somewhere and the house would be empty, so renting was a good idea. Fan was also very excited and told him that he would work hard to earn respect and would make a big home for them, and Joshing was also very happy. In his room, he was thinking about how Ningxue asked him to leave, and he agreed, but her father he made the biggest mess for them and Joshing was also in trouble because of Fan. He insulted Joshing and told Fan to stay away from Ningxue if he wanted to live long. This was how his night passed. In the morning it was the first day of school and when they went to the class their teacher told them that they had to awaken their magic power by touching the magic ball and the badges would change their colors according to their power level. The teacher started distributing the badges and told them which color would represent which power. When the teacher gave Fan the badge, everyone started badmouthing, but Xiaoho protected him and answered everyone. Now Bai was the first one to awaken his powers, so he touched the ball, and the teacher told him that he might awaken the ice power that he got in his inheritance. The teacher was right because Bai had awakened the ice power. He also got one bright star on the badge. Now was the turn of the other students and they had also awakened the other elements like fire, earth or soil, wind, water, etc. Now it was Fan's turn, and everyone was whispering about him, and he was nervous when he touched the ball. Nothing happened and the teacher told him to be gentle and everyone was laughing at him. But suddenly he got lost somewhere. When he opened his eyes, he was in the galaxies and he was just shocked to see that. Suddenly there was a shout that someone had awakened the thunder power, and all the students went there. The class was empty, and Fan had also awakened some weird kind of magic, which was kind of orange. When he opened his eyes, he felt something warm and suddenly got lost again and realized that he had awakened fire and thunder. When the students came back, they were shocked to see that he had awakened the firepower. No one was ready to believe and Xiaoho was very happy for Fan. Fan was feeling very proud and selfish that he had awakened two magic powers and thought to hide his thunder power from everyone. After 2 months their teacher was telling them about controlling the stars and he asked Bai to demonstrate it. Bai controlled 6 stars, and everyone was shocked to see his abilities and they started whispering that they were not able to control such many stars. Now the teacher again started teaching and after the class, everyone was bullying him because he was able to control only 1 star. Now he left the school and started walking silently. Everyone was talking to each other, but he passed away. He tried to control some stars but wasn't able to do so. Suddenly he heard something and started running. He went to a park and met with Xinxia. She was disappointed and sad because some bad guys had taken her wheelchair. They were saying that their boss wanted her, and she didn't agree with that. Fan went to them, and the boss told him that he wasn't a perfect match for them so he might leave, but Fan got angry and decided to control all the 7 stars this time. Fan did great because he was controlling the 7 stars and told them to leave. Fan attacked their boss and he fell. Everyone got scared and started requesting to spare them. They took their boss and ran away. Xinxia was watching this, and Fan came back with her chair, and they were happy now. Bai and he were talking, and he asked Bai about his studies. Bai told him that he was able to control 6 stars and he was enjoying his studies. He told him that he had to make sure that she would remember about him, and asked about Fan, and Bai told him that Fan was a loser who even can't control a star properly, and they started making fun of Fan. Fan was taking a bath and thought about his father. He got angry and tried to practice his fire magic, but the water got ultra warm, and he got hurt deep down. He was relaxing and Xinxia came and gave him some snacks. She asked why he was red and how he was able to control thunder magic so properly and asked if he was going to Black Curia because they were helping people to increase their powers, but he told her that it wasn't the truth. He was practicing in his free time and it was a secret, and told her that it was late so she should take some rest and closed his door. The next day when he went to the school, everyone was staring, but they were looking at the teacher, who was very cute and hot. She was their new practical teacher, and her name was Yu. She asked how many could use fire magic, and all the users stood up. Everyone was teasing Fan, and suddenly Yu used her powers and attacked the statue. Everyone was shocked because it wasn't powerful, but suddenly it got burned to ash, and she told them that it was the first level use of the fire magic. Bai was telling he that Fan wasn't very weak, so they had to force him to quit, but he showed him the black stone and told him that it would absorb all the magic of one, and this would be how Fan would not pass the exam. He also told him that the examiner was with them, so no other student would be affected because of the black stone, and they were happy about their plan. Fan was in the practice room and was trying to control the stars, but he was able to control only 5. He thought that he had to work hard to impress everyone and again tried to control the stars, but he was very weak this time. He was shocked and started focusing. Everyone was busy with their normal routines, but Fan was focusing on his aim. In the class, their teacher told them that in the exam their power level would be measured, and whoever got a D grade would have to leave the school. Bai also asked a question, and the teacher told them who would control all the 7 stars would get the star bracelet, and Bai thought that he would get it. Now they went out and the principal came with Ningxue. Everyone was looking at her because she was looking like a real Snow White, and the principal gave them a speech, and then it was Mu's turn for the speech. After that, Ningxue demonstrated everyone her magic, and it was incredible, and everyone was shocked. Now the test had started, and some students were disappointed, and some students were nervous that they might fail the exam. The teacher stopped them from talking, and when it was their turn, they got an A grade. Xiaohou also got an A grade and tried to release the magic but failed, and everyone laughed at him. He was ashamed, but you praised his effort and told him that he was amazing. Now it was Bai's turn, and everyone was curious. He did a good job in the ball magic and got the S grade higher than A. Now he was telling Ningxue about Bai, and he asked for magic release. Bai got a B grade in the magic release, and Ningxue said it was just fine. Mu told her to let go, but she asked to see the last one, who was Fan. The teacher placed the back stone on his sign, and when Fan came and touched the ball, it didn't shine darker because of the black stone. His teacher was also depressed, and everyone was making fun of him, but he tried again. This again didn't work well because the black stone got broken and he got a B grade, but you said that she doubted the ball was faulty. Fan's teacher tried to stop her, but everyone was saying that Fan even didn't deserve a B, and on her request, the ball was changed, and his light was amazingly sharp, and he got an S grade. Everyone's mouth was open to how he got such power, and Ningxue was also shocked. You told him to come down, but he asked for the magic release. I thought that he would not be good at magic release, but when Fan did it, he was shocked. When Mo Fan performed magic, everyone was shocked because of his performance, and he got an A, better than Mu Bai. His friends cheered him up, and the principal was surprised because he was the only son of a chauffeur, not a member of the Mu family. The principal told him to come over. He stepped down, and a teacher named Zhuoyan praised him, giving him a bracelet to encourage his power and wanting to make him a part of his family. Mr. Mu argued that Mu Bai should get the bracelet, but Zhuoyan refused, insisting Mu Bai should work a little harder. The teacher told Mo Fan he would have a bright future and should thank Mr. Mu for admitting him to the magic school. However, Mo Fan got angry and called Mr. Mu an old weirdo, questioning if he was a bit slow in the head. Mr. Mu became aggressive, asking what Mo Fan said. Mo Fan explained he wasn't a lapdog like Mu Bai and wouldn't forget the way he treated his father and him 3 years ago during a break-in. The teachers wanted to expel Mo Fan, but Zhuoyan stopped them, suggesting there was still time to apologize. Mo Fan refused, declaring there would be a duel between him and Yuang. Mr. Mu moved out with his daughter, and Mo Fan's friend told him that Yuang was more powerful than Mu Bai. Mo Fan promised himself he would give his father dignity back. In the new semester, there was a new elite class taught by Xue Mushing Tangyu. Mo Fan ranked first, Mu Bai second, and Su Zhaoting third. Miss Tangyu welcomed them, and the teacher explained the use of the star bracelet. The top 3 students were allowed to use it for 1 month, but Mo Fan was punished for his misbehavior and allowed to use it for only 10 days. After 10 days, the bracelet could be used by the 4th-ranked student. The teacher emphasized the bracelet's preciousness and warned against damaging it. Mo Fan thought the bracelet might progress faster, but he was proud because he had a loach pendant. They practiced in class, with Mu Bai doing a great job using the bracelet. Mo Fan called his friends and asked about Yuang, who had used the bracelet for 2 to 3 months. Mu Bai informed him about the Star Spirit bracelet used by Nagakshu, which increased power by 40%. At night, Mo Fan practiced with his bracelet, but when he wore it, his pendant attracted to it, changing its position and eat it. Miss Tang saw this, and Mo Fan explained the situation. She told him the pendant was a magic gear and had to grow by observing energy to a spirit level. Mo Fan was shocked and gave the pendant to her. She explained its importance and spiritual connection with him, advising him to keep it. Mo Fan felt happy, thinking she helped him because she was attracted to his charisma. The next day, the students went on a bus to fight monsters at Snowy Peak Outpost. Miss Tang briefed them on safety, and some students were afraid, thinking they couldn't handle monster fights. Fan tried to upgrade his fire level to 2 and got 7 stars in it. The students reached their destination, and Chief Instructor Zhang Kong informed them about a bounty hunt. Completing the mission would earn them an A grade, and the chief promised a magic armor worth 1,000. Fan thought of taking advantage of this opportunity to get magic armor because of Yuang's connection to the Mu family. All the students climb up the mountain. They look down and feel fear. They all look at Mu Bai, tie him with a rope, and jump to another mountain. He is near to falling but is saved by catching a rock and tying his rope to a tree. One of the students is tied up with magical branches. Mu Bai saves him using his ice power. All students move and see a cope of magical branches, but Zhou blows a ball of fire on these branches, and they all burn. The students, in the form of a team, climb up the mountains and reach the cave, instructed by instructor Zhang Kong. In this cave, there is the den of the one-eyed wolf demons, killed by them a month ago. The students check if there are any wolves left in the cave. One student gets scared, fearing the leftover wolves might attack. Some students encourage them, saying they are mages and can defeat them together. Instructor Zhang Kong tells a man to follow them and provide a report. The teacher and Miss Tang ask if there are monsters, but Zhang Kong tells them there is no monster but something. Miss Tang mentions that students need a real experience in the cave. Zhang Kong says they must understand they are mages. Miss Tang believes Mo Fan, who has used the pendant for almost a year, is stronger among them. In bright sunlight, the students descend into the cave using a strong rope. One girl expresses her fear, but the students assure her. They make Mu Bai their leader, and all follow him. However, Mo Fan stops near a pond, noticing it's only half filled. His friends get scared and run to warn others. When they warn the others, they are laughed at. Inside the cave, they see a big thing with red eyes, the one-eyed wolf demons. The wolf roars, and they all run for their lives. Mu Bai tries to use his ice power but fails. Mo Fan uses his thunder magic power, and the wolf falls. Mu Bai and Zhou Min become unconscious. Zhou Min tries again but fails. Mo Fan realizes the wolf can't be hurt with level 1, so he uses level 2 fire burst cremation. The wolf gets burnt and moves into the pond. The water from the pond moves out. Instructors outside are surprised to see someone using a level 2 fire burst. Miss Tang believes the wolf is badly hurt. Chief Instructor Zhang Kong tells Bai Yang to call his wolf off, but he replies that the wolf is not responding. Bai Yang says the arch-wolf is ordered not to harm the students, but if it becomes out of control, the students might be in danger. Instructor Zhang Kong opens his wings and orders him to move there to save students. On the other hand, the wolf comes from the pond, and students feel scared.